Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to install WordPress into a hosting environment. So right now I am on GoDaddy's homepage and I happen to be logged in. GoDaddy is my host provider and I have several domains hosted there. So I have a domain called wordpressworkshop.info and I am going to install WordPress into that particular domain. So now it's going to be a little bit different on different hosts, but just to give you an idea of what this process is like, I'll show you here on GoDaddy. So I'm going to go to my account and I am going to manage my web hosting and click into my cPanel. And then I'm going to look for my applications. So here's one of the web applications that they offer. So I will select WordPress. Then it asks me where I want to install it. So I'm going to go ahead and install this application in this new domain I just purchased, which is wordpressworkshop.info. And I'm not putting it into any directory, so I'm just going to leave that blank. And then I'm just going to accept the defaults. And the reason why you might want to have a directory in here is if you wanted to do a WordPress install in a subdirectory. So for example, let's say you wanted to have a blog all running in one subdirectory of your web space. But because I'm using the WordPress application to manage the entire site, I'm not going to be putting it in a subdirectory. Okay, so I'm going to accept all of this information, and then here's where I set up my administrator name and password. This is what's going to allow me into the WordPress backend to start managing my site. So I'm just going to accept my administrator name that they're providing, and then I will create a password. Okay, and my email is obviously not this, so I'm going to fix that. And it really doesn't matter what the website title and tagline is, I can change that later. So a whole bunch of settings here. Do you want to limit the number of login attempts into the WordPress backend? And I'm not going to go into all of this. I'm just going to accept the default and go ahead and click install. Now one thing I want to show you before it finishes installing is I've gone to the domain wordpressworkshop.info and you see I'm getting an error message here. That's because there is nothing installed yet. So let's wait, and it seems like it is done installing. Great. So I have I have the whole WordPress application installed into the root domain at wordpressworkshop.info. So let's go ahead and refresh this page, and now I have WordPress there. It's just a dummy empty site ready for me to start managing it. Now anytime you have WordPress installed, all you need to do to go in and start writing your blog post and start managing it is to tag on /wp-admin. And what happens is you're brought to your dashboard. So now that I'm on my dashboard, I am going to enter my username that I just set up and my password. Sure, save my password. And here I am, and I can start administrating that site. So let's take a look at what's here by default. I probably have one post, the Hello World post, and by default that's being displayed on my home page. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this post and say, hi everyone, and I'll put in some random numbers here just so you know what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go to visit my site, and you can see that the content that I just edited is automatically displayed on the home page. Now, obviously, this is probably not the way you want your site to look, but you can see now how easy it is to install WordPress in a hosting environment and start editing the content of your pages.